Today's episode is brought to you by Microsoft Dragon Copilot, your AI assistant for clinical workflow. Learn how Dragon Copilot can transform the way you work. Stick around after the episode or visit aka.ms/knock-knock-hi. Again, that's aka.ms/knock-knock-hi.
Knock, knock, hi.
Hey everybody, welcome to Knock Knock Hi with the Glaucomfleckens. I am Dr. Glaucomflecken, also known as Will Flannery.
I'm Lady Glaucomflecken, also known as Kristin Flannery.
I'm wearing my crappy scrubs today.
Yeah,
and
they're all wrinkly.
This is my I've had an action-packed lunch break.
Me too. I have not had a lunch break, in fact.
Well, I'm so sorry. I guess neither of us are really eating lunch today.
Nope.
I did a skit. This is my like
oh yeah, surgery or something.
Phil the Resident.
Oh, Phil. Okay.
Or just like my generic, like I'm just gonna be a healthcare hospital
vending
worker.
Machine scrubs.
Exactly. Feel how rough they're not great. These are like your very classic. These are not ophthalmologist scrubs.
Oh.
Ophthalmology scrubs, by the way, are scrubs that you wear knowing you're not going to get any bodily fluids on them. So
they feel like pajamas.
Ophthalmology, radiology. You know, there's a few of us that are just purely wearing them for the vibes.
They're just a uniform.
And the comfortability of it.
The comfort.
Comfortability, the comfort.
Anyway,
the
comfortability
comfort. Yeah, sure it is. Anyway, I have. When was the last time you saw me walking out the door wearing like a button-down shirt and slacks for a clinic day? I stopped.
I can't think of one.
I did it for like maybe the first year or so of my job, and then I was like, "What am I doing?"
Yeah, you got to buy a bunch of clothes, and you don't like clothes.
I'm like an owner in I can do whatever I want.
Well, I mean, you still need to
look professional.
Yeah.
That's the great thing about healthcare, you guys. I know.
To look professional in healthcare is just to look like you're wearing pajamas.
We need to play that up as a benefit.
Yeah.
A little bit more.
Although, I don't know, are scrubs comfortable for the most part? Because they look like they would be comfortable, but I hear they're actually not that comfortable.
It feels like hand waving in front of like a big disaster zone behind. It's like nothing to see here, folks. You can wear scrubs. Don't worry about all these other terrible things that have to do with medicine. You get to wear scrubs.
Yay.
Anyway, all right. So scrubs it is today, as it is every day. But I wanted to start with some comments on the YouTube channel.
Okay.
So we had an episode drop recently. Our medical topic for that day, if you recall, was like viruses that can cause cancer and other diseases like that. So we talked a little bit about herpes, talked about Epstein-Barr virus. So that one was a topic where I was like getting a little out over my skis. I think that's the way to use that analogy.
Yeah, I think
I'm not a skier, but anyway. So we had a couple of comments. I think we did okay with it, but let's go through some of these. So this is from @Elizabeth K. 2595 said it's proposed that because the reason this is, let's put this in context. We were talking about Epstein-Barr virus.
Okay.
And like you were asking, your typical questions. Like getting into like
Just curious.
the depths of the topic, like way beyond my area of expertise. Deep. You were digging deep. And so, and I didn't know the answers. All right. So, Elizabeth here said, it's proposed that the rapid, immense response of the immune system to Epstein-Barr virus causes transcription mistakes to accumulate. And when all the right errors are all in the same cell, it becomes cancerous. That makes sense to me. It's like you're ramping everything up so much. You have so much protein transcription and DNA replication going on that you're more likely to get more errors.
Sure.
So that makes sense. And then once you have one cancerous cell, then the horse is out of the barn.
That's all it takes, really?
Yeah, because part of what makes a cancer cell so dangerous is that it loses some of the barriers that normal cells have. So like normal cells, if they're like in a certain area of the tissue, like it will bump up against like a basement membrane and it can't go through it because of the protein configuration.
Okay.
Well, when it becomes cancerous, those types of things are lost.
Right.
So it's more likely to be able to detach from its normal tissue, to invade into different parts of the body, because it doesn't have those normal barriers.
Right.
Because everything's abnormal, right? The proteins don't fit in into the locks.
Keys don't go in the locks.
Keys don't go in the locks like they're supposed to.
All the doors have been changed.
And so anyway, so I'll keep going here with this comment. A genetic predisposition just means that you already have some of the right errors, so the process is shorter or becomes more likely. Most people in the developed world are exposed to Epstein-Barr virus in their adolescent, young adult years, the population most affected by Hodgkin's. Okay. So there you go. That's kind of how that's the connection, I guess, between Epstein-Barr virus and some bloodborne cancers.
Yeah, that's interesting.
People had some words to say also about you, because we were talking about not being able to turn your brain off. Right?
Yes.
It's a frequent topic on our podcast.
Yes, and in our marriage.
So there's a word for a lack of an inner monologue or inner voice.
Anendophasia.
Anendophasia. Anendo-phasia.
Yeah.
See, I thought you were the abnormal one.
No, it's you.
I'm the abnormal one? Without an internal voice? So,
Oh, no, it says it's a normal variation rather than a disorder.
Anendophasia is the lack of an inner monologue or inner voice, and it is considered a normal variation in the human experience rather than a disorder. Okay, well, that answers that question. I am normal.
So you have no inner monologue at any time.
Individuals with anendophasia think in nonverbal ways, such as with images or other patterns, instead of hearing a voice in their heads. Research shows that a lack of inner speech can affect certain cognitive functions like verbal, working memory, and rhyme judgments. I don't know if that applies to me. I don't think so. So it's like absence of inner speech, nonverbal thinking. That confuses me because I don't
think in images, concepts, patterns instead of words.
I do think a lot in images. Like I picture the thing in my mind.
But how do you picture? I can see how you could picture an object. You might even be able to picture an event. But how can you picture like certain things? Feel like
visualization. I think of it like visualization. Like if I'm
like how do you picture? I'm hungry.
If I'm going to speak at like a big event, I'll visualize like the audience laughing, or I'll visualize hitting my jokes.
Is this why whenever you're rehearsing, you have to do it out loud? Like you speak out, like you little mumbles, like under your breath.
I do that for studying. I did that for studying.
Is that why you have to say it out loud? Because I do that in my head.
Maybe. I don't.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't have like this disembodied voice telling me things.
Well, it's like it says, it's an internal silent voice. It's not like you're having auditory hallucinations.
Okay.
It's just that you're thinking in language rather than image.
We need to find someone who can tell us more about this.
We really do. We need to get somebody on.
We need like a world's expert in, I don't know even what this would be under.
Anendophasia.
And then, yeah, but like that's not a disorder. So why would
we need a psychologist?
Would somebody devote like a large portion of their like academic endeavors into
I'm sure, some researcher.
Anendophasia?
People research all sorts of very specific things.
Apparently there's varying degrees of it. So the experience of inner speech varies from constant to non-existent. Where are you on the? So 1
constant.
10, so 10 is constant.
It's a very busy place in my head.
10 out of 10. You're going and going. All right. Well, somebody had a comment about that.
Okay.
So first of all, thank you to @Achior Jacobs for letting us know that was anendophasia. I've never heard that term before.
It's my new favorite word. I love that word.
That's really anendophasia.
Good word.
So here's another question from Achior Jacobs. Kristin, what happens when you focus on your thoughts in meditation? As in mindfulness type meditation.
I get angry.
Also, have you tried meditation where the focus is on externals like sounds, smells, colors, etc.?
You know what? This is funny because I was just talking to my psychiatrist about this morning.
Oh, really?
Yes. And he gave me a I haven't had a chance to look at it yet, but he gave me like a protocol for try this kind of meditation. Because that's what I was talking about. Is like that was my hypothesis, is that it might be easier if I'm focusing on like an external, like a sound or something. Because when I just have to return to my thoughts, well, that's just thinking. That's not meditation. So then, like, I've tried things like the Calm app where it tells you to try to, like, if you have a thought, just notice it and then go back to noticing, your breathing or whatever you're supposed to focus on. But
okay,
I have a thought. I go back to breathing. I immediately have another thought. I go back to breathing. Another thought. Like, I also, when I start focusing on my breathing, I start feeling like I can't breathe. Like I start feeling short of breath, like constricted in my chest. Like it makes me tense.
Because like you have to,
now I'm noticing my
breath. Now you're thinking, oh my God, I have to keep breathing.
Yes,
and what
exactly.
if I don't keep breathing?
It's better if I don't focus on it because then it just happens.
Okay, well this is a perfect segue into another comment from people who are very interested in the things happening in your brain.
Well, I don't blame them. It's weird in here.
At Elizabeth G745 said, Kristin, meditation does not need to have any structure or rules, especially for people with ADHD and anxiety. The best meditation is where you just look directly at what is going on in your head and do not wish to change it.
So isn't that just thinking, though?
Let me continue.
Okay.
Stare at your thoughts with all your curiosity.
Got a lot of that.
And when your mind jumps to the next thought, stare at that too. What are your thoughts made of? Are there sensations or emotions with the thoughts? Meditation is not about getting rid of thoughts, returning to the breath, etc.
Good, because I hate that.
Elizabeth says, that is avoidance. Give your attention to the now, to the anxiety, to the never-ending thoughts. That is your meditation. You will discover a lot about your mind, and there's nothing wrong with it.
So it's just meta thinking. It's thinking about your thinking.
All of this, none of this, what I just read, makes any sense to me. I mean, it makes sense.
I would think you'd be good at meditating because you can just.
It makes sense from your perspective. From what's happening in my brain, I can't relate to that at all.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like that sounds like great advice.
If you were trying to focus on your thoughts,
like
what would happen? Like if you're trying to notice your thoughts.
Why do that's a thought. Why do I need to think about my thought?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, isn't that just thinking?
I don't know. And it makes my brain hurt. And I don't understand my brain, your brain. I don't understand any brains.
Brains are difficult.
So I prefer just to turn off my brain. Just turn the light switch off. All right.
Here's what I want to know.
I'll see you in the morning.
This is the only way I can. We talked about this on a previous episode. The only way I can turn my brain off is just dissociation. Like, once I had a pathological experience of dissociation, like now that's easier for me to access. I can do that. Is that what you are doing when you say you turn the light switch off? Do you think? Like you're just no longer in your body, really. You're just floating off in the ether.
Yeah, kind of.
That doesn't seem healthy.
No, I mean, I'm not like dissociated. Like I'm still like present. But I can just kind of zone out and just like, I'm just empty in my head for a little while.
Inside.
I don't know. I can't explain it. All right.
I wonder what the opposite of anendophasia is. Is it just endophasia?
Anendophagia, that would make sense.
An is also a
right.
Non.
Not sure.
Prefix.
Let me do one more comment and then we'll take a break. Okay. So at Jill Crow 2626 said, I worked as a lab manager in an immunology research lab. Even I know that many cancers are caused by viruses. It stinks that you do your best to live your life, diet, exercise, get your checkups, Wear your safety glasses. Don't use Visine. I added those 2 in. And then you get a silly virus that causes cancer. It's like getting hit in the back of the head by a stray meteor. The work of Dr. Jing Duan Li from Taiwan discovered a virus that causes breast cancer. He was working on a vaccine when the economy tanked and he had to move back to Taiwan.
Boo.
It's true. It really, that's like the most unfortunate, awful thing, right? Like you want to avoid, you do all these things to avoid cancer. And it's like, just you get a virus, and the virus is like, sorry, sucker. This is what I do as a virus.
I mean, I guess that it's no different from dying of any other virus, right? Like people die of viruses all the time, especially like previously in history.
Sure.
So
not so much
I guess
anymore.
It's not terribly unusual.
It's just
become uncommon.
Yeah. Well, and cancer just in general is such a hard thing to like go through, and like because it keeps going back, and the treatments are harsh, and
but like
it can just be
the plague is also awful to go through. Back in the day,
the plague, I
mean, now it's easy to treat, but
that's true. Ciprofloxacin.
There you go.
Just
give a little
ciprofloxacin. All right, what are you thinking right now? What's in your brain right now?
We're about to take a break.
Okay. Like,
and I'm hungry.
Do you have multiple conversations happening in your brain?
Yeah, I think so.
But
some of them are quieter than others.
But
and
it's
then
impossible.
You can bring it to the forefront.
No, it's like levels of the brain activity.
Yes, it's how it's like having multiple browser tabs open.
Okay.
You know, like there's one that you're really kind of focusing on, but the others are still loading in the background. That's kind of what it's like, and then you can just quickly switch over to one of the other ones.
Do you like that?
Would
you rather be able to just close out the tabs?
Probably.
Than have 1,000 tabs in your head.
I mean, that sounds nice. But I can't imagine doing it.
But then how do you find the tabs again?
Like, exactly. What if that's why people leave the tabs open, is because we don't have time to do that right now, but we'd like to come back to it. And then we never do. And so we end up with, I think I have like 6 different windows that each have 20 different tabs open. That's my computer right now.
Fair enough. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back with our medical topic of the day. Hey, Kristin.
Yeah.
I just have to talk more about Demodex blepharitis.
I'm sure you do.
I just love all things eyeballs, but not the mites this time, though.
Okay. I appreciate that. Thank you.
We're talking about collarettes.
Okay, the crusties.
Crusties. Yeah, it's kind of a cute name for Demodex blepharitis.
I guess.
Finding on exam. The thing is, I want to educate patients that you can't always see these things yourself.
Oh. So, and you can't feel them?
No, because they're so small. So you have to come in to see the eye doctor, either an optometrist or an ophthalmologist. We use a microscope. We can see all the collarettes on there.
Okay.
And because it's hard for people to connect this sign on your exam with all the symptoms.
Because they can't even see it or feel it.
Right. The itchiness, the redness, the irritation that could be due to Demodex blepharitis. It's a great time now to make an appointment with your eye doctor before the end of the year, and deductibles reset.
Yes.
You got to
Very important.
To see more pictures of crusties and eyelids with Demodex blepharitis, visit miteslovelids.com. Again, that's miteslovelids.com to learn more. This ad is brought to you by Tarsus Pharmaceuticals. All right, here we go. I got my trusty first aid of the USMLE Step 1 2025.
Okay.
A student to student guide, everyone.
Did students write it?
I think a lot of people wrote this over time. Over 1,300 must-know facts. By the way,
ooh, that's a lot to know.
We don't get a sponsorship by First Aid. This is just the book. This is the book.
Yeah.
So page 32 to 706.
Okay.
We're going to randomly teach you something.
529. Have I done that one?
Check. 529. We don't have 529.
Hooray.
All right. 529. Write that down. 529. Oh, I'm going way too far. Okay. Oh, we're getting into neurology. You like that. You like this.
Special senses.
Well, look at this. 529, we got a few things.
Anendophasia.
we have aphasia. We do have aphasia. All right, let's talk about aphasia.
All right.
What do you know about aphasia?
aphasia, that's where you lose language, right?
Well, there's different types of aphasia.
Okay.
Yeah, but aphasia is a language deficit.
Mhm.
So it's a higher order language deficit, either an inability to understand language
Mhm.
or produce language.
Mhm. I would predict that the first one is a deficit involving Wernicke's area, and the second one, Broca's area.
Well, there's more.
Okay.
There's more to it. But very good.
This is a hypothesis. You'd have to test it. I have not done that. Maybe someone
or
has.
just using language. Like it can be any type of like it could be like writing.
Mhm.
Right? Or speaking or receiving language, hearing it,
Right.
understanding it.
Language is surprisingly complex. Like, we take it for granted, but there's a lot of different parts.
I don't have a lot to say usually, so I don't, it's,
This all checks out. It's on both ends.
am I somewhat aphasic?
Aphasic?
Aphasic? Is that a word?
I don't know. Aphasic?
Aphasic.
I feel like that would be it.
That sounds like a word.
Yeah.
Sure. So it's caused by pathology. Aphasia is caused by pathology in the dominant cerebral hemisphere, which is usually left. Good job. Did you guess? You had a 50% chance.
Are you kidding me? I have a degree.
I did.
That's like the easiest.
Gun to my head, what is typically the dominant hemisphere? Honestly, I wouldn't know that.
Most people are right-handed, and the brain is, the opposite one, so it's the left hemisphere.
Right. So you can distinguish, very important note, aphasia is, you can distinguish that from dysarthria. Because I know you're just, in your head, you're like, is aphasia the same as dysarthria? I'm just kidding.
How did you know?
Dysarthria is motor inability to produce speech, right? So like your mouth, you can't make the
your
things
tongue,
work. You can't make the tongue work, right?
Facial muscles.
That's a movement problem. And you remember what part of the brain the movement? Remember the homunculus? Yeah, it's like the preseptal or the postseptal gyrus or something.
Septal?
Precentral or post-central gyrus. That's not septal, central, I think. Okay, anyway, so dysarthria, different thing. All right, types of aphasia. You already mentioned one, Broca. Which one is that?
That's where you would not be able to produce speech.
Yeah, that's right. So Broca, I think I used that in a skit a while back featuring the neurologist because he asked the resident, Bill, a question, and Bill was unable to answer. And he said, no, Broca's aphasia. So anyway, let's get you an MRI. So Broca's area is the inferior frontal gyrus of the frontal lobe. Non-fluent speech with intact language comprehension. I've seen this in a few patients.
Yeah. Word salad.
They can understand it. No, they don't produce sounds.
Well, you just said non-fluent speech.
Well, right. Word salad would be like super fluent but unrecognizable. Non-fluent means they're not able to like get
the words out.
Are
you saying fluid or fluent?
Fluent.
Okay.
Fluent speech with impaired language comprehension. No, sorry, I'm reading the wrong. Non-fluent speech with intact language comprehension. I was reading the second one. So you got that? Non-fluent speech? Okay.
Yep.
Patients appear frustrated because they know what they want to say.
Right.
That's like the hardest thing in my mind. Like can you imagine like being kind of locked in your
because then wouldn't that be the one where you can't the motor one?
No, their insight is intact. So they know this is a problem. But their brain does not allow them the signal to go to actually get the words out.
Yeah.
Their motor ability is intact.
Between their
brain
and their mouth.
Their mouth and tongue, they can make sounds, but somewhere in the frontal lobe, the signal is not getting from, I have this thing I'm going to say. I'm going to say it.
You want to know what's going on in my brain now? It's real weird. Real weird.
What?
I thought, what's close to the inferior frontal gyrus? If the thing is getting stuck between their brain and their mouth, then it's probably their eyeballs. So are their eyeballs like sucking it up and then like turning it into images? And then now they're having thoughts that are images. None of that makes actual sense, but that's just like what went through my brain just now.
Do not try to blame eyeballs for any of this. All right, eyeballs are blameless. All right. The eyeballs did nothing to you.
Okay.
All right. So
just saying, maybe they're what's getting in the way.
All right. For this next question I'm going to ask Kristin, it's important for everyone to know that she's a Spanish major.
Oh, God. Like a million years ago.
I don't care. Spanish major. Major in college. Like 50 credit hours of Spanish.
Double major, but sure.
All right. Broca equals broken boca.
Mouth.
Boca is mouth in Spanish. See, I knew you'd know that.
That's an easy one.
That's just a little mnemonic there.
If you know it, I'm going to know it.
I didn't know it.
Oh, you did it?
It's written right here. Boca equals mouth in Spanish.
I thought you came up with that.
The hell you think I know what boca means in Spanish? Oh.
That's true.
Oh.
Yeah, let's hear what you know in Spanish.
Ojo, mira, abajo, derecha, izquierda, arriba. That's it.
So look up, down, left, right with your eyes.
Mira su oreja.
Close. So that would be look at his ear.
Okay, that's because that's what my scribe says.
Yes. Don't you say to the patient, look at his ear.
I've been saying
They'll be very confused.
But I've been saying it to the patient whenever I get frisky and want to show off my Spanish skills.
Well,
I say mira su oreja.
You're not showing off much, buddy.
Okay.
You have to change it to me.
Is that why they always move their head away from the slit lamp?
That'd be it.
Dang it. Okay. Well, I'm glad we had this conversation. All right. Next one, aphasia. Wernicke's aphasia.
Wernicke's.
I say it like a German. Wernicke.
Okay, sure.
Receptive. Wernicke. Wernicke. I think it's Wernicke. I think it's a German name.
It is. I am placing the emphasis on the first syllable.
Oh.
You're doing it the other way. I don't know which way is the correct way.
Wernicke or Wernicke? Okay. Who knows? That area of the brain is in the superior temporal gyrus of the temporal lobe. All right, so Broca, frontal lobe. Wernicke is temporal lobe. Fluent speech with impaired language comprehension. Patients do not have insight. So they'll just go.
That's the word salad.
So that they'll just go.
They're just saying stuff and they don't know what they're saying.
Exactly. And but they feel like they're making sense. That's
right. It's like when your toddler tries to talk to you.
Yep. It's a word salad and makes no sense. Conduction aphasia. You heard this one? That's caused by damage to the arcuate fasciculus, a thing I have never heard of.
I have, but I cannot remember what it is.
That's impaired speech repetition.
Like you can't
say it back to somebody.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In what situation do you have to do that?
Well,
if someone says something to you, you have to say it right back to them. Like what?
I am thinking of a particular child that we both know who, when this child hears a word, especially like when the child was 4 years old and under, they would hear a word and then try to say it back, and it came out as gobbledygook.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, that's different. That's like motor inability.
Do you think it could be this, though? It could be that it goes in the brain.
Our child does not have conductive aphasia.
Just saying. Sounds like it.
I think it's just inability to say, more of a Dysarthria scale of things.
I don't think so, because when she would look at our mouths, she could say it exactly right. But if she couldn't see our face when we're saying it and she would say it back, it would be all mixed up.
All right, maybe she has damage to the arcuate fasciculus.
Just saying.
At one point in her life, would she have gotten a stroke?
I don't know. In the womb? Is that a thing?
All right. Global aphasia is when you have both Broca and Wernicke areas affected.
You know how you can remember where Wernicke's area is?
Just remember,
or you remember which aphasia it is?
The other one is the other one.
Fine, that would work, I guess, but this is better.
What?
It's in a part of your brain that is close to the ear.
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
So you can't you have a problem with, you hear it and it goes in, and that's where you have a problem. You can't understand it.
All right, so let's
talk after you hear it.
let's talk about a couple other like special senses things.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe take one more break.
Okay.
All right, one more break, and then we'll wrap this up. All right, so you chose a very special page. This page number 529. It also has phantom limb pain on it.
Ooh, I love phantom limb pain.
What do you love about phantom?
So interesting. There was a book on phantom limb pain that was like one of the very first things that got me interested in neuroscience.
Was that right?
Yeah.
Ramachandran?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Phantoms in the brain.
Sensation of burning, aching, or electric shock-like pain in a limb that is no longer present. Common after amputation.
Mm-hmm.
Associated with reorganization of the somatosensory cortex.
Homunculus.
I'm trying to
all messed up.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of. You don't really get that with. I'm thinking of like in the context of removing an eyeball. And the closest thing that we see to that is Charles Bonnet syndrome, where people with massive levels of vision loss in one eye or both eyes. Typically, it is usually with both eyes. So, like really severe macular degeneration, they will see formed hallucinations, even though and they know they're not real. Like I have a patient that said he sits on his porch. He sees like two little kids playing in the front yard.
That is creepy. That's so creepy. I would be. Ugh.
Okay,
Can't think of anything to say that's not explicit right now.
The thing is, it's sometimes it's not that vivid. Sometimes it's just like very vivid patterns. Like they see like polka dots.
Right, which would be easier to know that they're not there.
But sometimes they know because they know they know they don't have vision. And so it is technically a hallucination, but they have insight into it. They know that's not real. Kind of like someone with phantom limb pain.
Right.
With they know they don't have an arm, even though they're like feeling the sensations of it. I don't know if it's the same pathway, but it's kind of interesting. And it's really sad for these people that have this Charles Bonnet syndrome because they're always afraid to say anything.
Because they're not sure if it's real.
Of the reaction that you just had.
No, it's not that they have hallucinations that's creepy. I want to be very clear.
I know.
That particular one was little kids playing in your yard. Like that's a horror movie.
And you're projecting your own things like neuroses onto it.
That's not mine. That is Hollywood.
Anyway, so it's like it's very and whenever the patients like talk about these things, they talk about very matter of factly. Yeah, I see this thing happening. You know,
just like I would say about floaters.
Yeah. So they're not usually scared of them, but they don't want to talk about it because they think people are going to think they're crazy or something. So when you sometimes when you have that conversation with them, it's just like a relief, like just to tell them and the family who's there with them, this is totally normal. Like this
is a known thing.
This is a known thing. It's a visual phenomenon, and so that seems to make people feel better.
Yeah, because then they don't feel crazy.
Right. Well, they know people are not going to think they're crazy, right? Because they know they're not crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Diffuse axonal injury. It also lands on this page.
Okay.
Can you guess what that might be?
It sounds real bad.
It is not. It's not good. Traumatic shearing of white matter tracks during rapid acceleration or deceleration of the brain, like in a motor vehicle accident. Yeah. Usually results in devastating neurologic injury. Ugh. Yeah. Often causing coma or persistent vegetative state. We see this on a smaller scale in ophthalmology with traumatic optic neuropathy. So if you have a real severe head trauma, or I've seen it where even like a bullet or a foreign body travels really close to the optic nerve. It has the amount of force that emanates from that foreign body causes like a shearing injury.
Yeah.
And so you can still like think about like the nerve just twists and damages
it loses its pants.
The axons. There you go.
It gets pantsed.
Something like that. Yeah. MRI.
This is how my brain works. I'm telling you, it's real weird in here.
And the MRI will show multiple lesions, punctate hemorrhages involving white matter tracks. Well, that was a very a varied and interesting, wide-ranging discussion on neurology and special senses.
I like that. I'm not sure why they call it special senses, but...
Well, the most special sense is vision, so I don't know.
Of course.
I feel like there were other forms of aphasia. They just gave us, like, come on, there's got to be more aphasias.
Well, maybe those are like 95% of cases. So
maybe I'm thinking of like agnosias.
Yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of...
Like, I remember like prosopagnosia.
Right. There's all sorts of like, what would this be? Just like aphasia, but in the other senses.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Maybe we'll get there. Maybe you'll choose that one of those.
I'll have to remember somewhere around the 5:30 mark.
No, you can't do that. It's cheating. That's cheating. Don't cheat.
That's my favorite part.
That's it for Knock Knock Hi. I hope you enjoyed our topic and our conversation. Let us know what you have to say. Email us, knockknockhi@human-content.com. Visit us on our social media platforms. Hang out with the Human Content Podcast family on Instagram and TikTok at Human Content Pods. Thanks to all the great listeners leaving feedback and reviews. If you subscribe and comment on your favorite podcasting app or on YouTube, we can give you a shout out. We did some shout outs today.
Yeah.
Talked about some of the comments.
That's right.
Go to @Glaucomfleckens. Go. You don't have to watch the episodes there if you don't want to see my beautiful face.
Or you can comment wherever you listen to your podcast.
Yeah,
Apple, Spotify, wherever
leave a comment. But we love reading. It's easy for us to see all the comments on YouTube. So leave one over there. Robert L6046 said, "You're a great educator. Yesterday I was studying surgical site infections. I'm a med student. And my book said that Ancef is the prophylactic agent of choice. I felt vindicated knowing that my hours spent watching Ortho Bro skits were not in vain." Thanks, Dr. Glaucomflecken. I love that. Thank you so much for that note. Go watch all those episodes up on the YouTube channel @Glaucomfleckens. We also have a Patreon, lots of cool perks, bonus episodes, interactive Q&A live stream events, early ad-free episode access, much more. Patreon.com/Glaucomflecken. Speaking of Patreon community perks, should we shout out the Jonathans?
Let's do it.
Patrick, Lucia C, Edward K, Marion W, Mr. Granddaddy, Caitlin C, Brianna L, MP Cole, Mary H, Keith G, Parker, Muhammad L, David H, Kaylee A, Gabe, Gary M, Eric B, Marlene S, Scott M, Kelsey M, Dr. Hoover, Sean M, Ryan N, Jess K, Hawkeye MD, Bubbly Salt, and Shiny. Random shout out to someone on the emergency medicine tier, Patreon roulette time. I haven't done a good drum roll in a while. Shout out to Raymond S. Thank you, Raymond, for being a patron. And thank you all for listening. We're your hosts, Will and Krista Flannery, also known as the Glaucomfleckens. Executive producers are Will Flannery, Krista Flannery, Aaron Cordy, Rob Goldman, and Shanti Brick. Our editor and engineer is Jason Portizo.
It is okay to go just a little slower.
Our music is by Omer Benzvi. To learn about Knock Knock Hi's program disclaimer and ethics policy, submission verification, and licensing terms, and HIPAA release terms, we got a little bit of dysarthria going on. You can go to glaucomflecken.com or reach out to us at knockknockhi@human-content.com with questions, concerns, or fun medical puns. Knock Knock Hi is a Human Content production.
Knock, knock, goodbye.
Hey, Kristen.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
Okay.
You know what physicians are always telling me about?
How gross eyeballs are?
No, actually how wonderful ophthalmology is as a specialty.
Okay.
But also how sick of documenting they are.
Oh, yes. That has gotten out of hand.
It's gotten just too much to document now.
That's right.
Which is why I really love what Microsoft Dragon Copilot is doing.
Yes.
Using AI assistant to just help the physician.
Yeah, take some tasks off your plate. Save you time.
Yeah, and there's new levels of customization available using Microsoft Dragon Copilot. You can capture multi-party conversations. You can convert conversations into specialty-specific notes. Get notes delivered to the EHR for review and editing. It's all right there for you.
Love it.
It's great and helps to automate tasks, surfacing information. Just lets you focus on the patient-physician relationship. It's what it's all about. So to learn more about Microsoft Dragon Copilot, visit aka.ms/knockknockhi. Again, that's aka.ms/knockknockhi. Thanks for watching the episode. You can find more on that playlist over there. If you prefer to listen or you just had your eyes dilated, you can binge full episodes wherever you get your podcasts. Or join the party over on Patreon, where you get early access episodes, hang out with us, get lots of exclusive bonus content. Hope you subscribe, leave a comment below. Let us know what you think.